Ice Spice is an American rapper, and she's quite the interesting celebrity to say the least. She's a Gen Z icon, and completely blew up out of nowhere. Her rapid rise to fame caught a lot of people's attention, and she's also been embedded in meme culture. But recently, Ice Spice has been kind of falling off. With her first album coming out, she's been having trouble keeping that same level as excitement as before. With dwindling music sales, allegations, and now a Roblox game that's flopping horribly. Is Ice Spice's Roblox game MUNCHLAND going to mark the beginning of the end for Ice Spice? I'm Breadian and I talk about niche Roblox games, and today we're going to be investigating Roblox's MUNCHLAND and the downfall of Ice Spice. As always, be sure to suplex that like button, subscribe, and let's get right into the video.
You thought I was filming you? Oh yeah!
In case you're not a Gaiat enthusiast, Ice Spice is an American rapper who broke out with her signature song, Munch, in late 2022. Even though the song wasn't insanely big, it definitely seemed like it was because you constantly had people talking about Ice Spice's appearance, whether that be her clothes, her hair, or her other assets. Also, you just had people constantly repeating the same 4 bars wherever they went. You know, the word munch really sticks out, doesn't it? And what does the word munch mean, you may ask? Well, it's somebody who eats the... Never mind. Please remember this later, as we will revisit this point. So, throughout 2023, Ice Spice dropped more songs, and her whole branding is basically held up by meme culture. Her music really isn't the best, and that doesn't really matter when a lot of people don't really know her for her music. Like, let's just play a clip of her music right now. Yeah, I know damn well you weren't paying attention to the lyrics. Your attention was directed towards the Gaiat. So yeah, a lot of men don't actually know Ice Spice for her music, but they do go feral over her. Like, I remember she performed for Halloween and she wore a costume where her whole, was basically out. I don't think anybody in this crowd gives a shit about what she's singing. Okay, in terms of lyricism, Ice Spice's songs sound awfully similar to each other. Her lyricism always seems to fall back on the same subject matter. Getting money, having a fat, getting what she wants from men, having big boobies, outdoing the competition, and hoes being mad at her. And recently, farting and poop. Ice Spice released the song Think You the Fart, and this was kind of the beginning of the downfall, the melting of the ice. Ice Age the Meltdown. The song still charted, but cracks were beginning to show, and now her newest songs were rapidly underperforming, with the public consensus towards her shifting to apathy rather than support. You see, when stars blow up out of nowhere, yes, they have their main hits, but they also have smaller songs that tend to showcase their talent. And as someone who's listened to every single one of Ice Spice's songs, I can confirm that she hasn't quite had that moment yet, which is not very good considering that her album is supposed to be released soon. Her newest song, Gimme a Light, shows her trying to mix up her flow, I guess, with her yelling. However, the lyrical content remains the same. Ice Spice rapping about getting money and having a fat... The song has not even charted, and reception towards the song has been largely negative. The song also references hotboxing, in which, in promotion for the song, Ice Spice left a pink car spewing smoke. Once again, please remember this for later. With Ice Spice's album set to release July 6th, she released the Roblox game MUNCHLAND in order to advertise for her. However, this game has been met with a lot of negative feedback, and I'll be the first to tell you, it's not even the fart. You see the group, and then you see this guy is saying, Ice Spice is not a baddie, she a kangaroo, I hate Ice Spice, and she will never be a baddie. Like, he wrote this entire thing, only kids like the name Ice Spice, nobody likes the name Ice Spice, Ice Spice is the worst name, Ice Spice has the worst name, only kids like, we get it, we get it, we get it. Even if you hate Ice Spice, you still obsessed with her, it's crazy. The game is really just lazily made, it's clearly made with the intent of, oh, they're kids, they're stupid, let's just add some horribly made loot boxes and some bandit beating, and also gameplay that incentivizes standing around and doing nothing, because that's what kids love nowadays, right? When first joining the game, you spawn in the Bronx, or whatever, You can play the Club Penguin pizza game, you can walk around, you can customize your avatar. You know, pretty basic stuff, whatever. You can kill rats in order to gain coins, and the rat's AI is absolutely horrid. Like, they don't even fight back, you're just killing some random street rats. You can use these coins to buy loot boxes in order to upgrade your fart gun. And there's literally only 3 fart guns in the entire game, and one of them is like a 3% chance. So you're basically going to get duplicates over and over again. There's also a fart leaderboard. I was on it for a moment when the game first dropped. You can also visit Ice Spice's apartment. There's nothing to do in there. The game advertised itself in the description by saying you can listen to Ice Spice's music from her upcoming album. However, when the game first launched, you weren't able to, because Ice Spice's music is explicit, and this game is rated for all ages. So they just played random radio songs. I think they played like Katy Perry's Smile and Eminem's Godzilla, the clean version obviously. You know, just random songs, and you only had 3 skips. That was just so bizarre to me. Upon revisiting the game, it now plays Thank You the Fart, but it's the clean version, obviously. There's also a Rat King boss fight, or there's supposed to be. When the game first launched, it said the Rat King boss fight was coming in 7 days. 7 days later, it still says coming soon. Like, did you guys not have it already built? What's the holdup? Is the Rat King boss fight really that good that you're withholding it from us? It better be heat is all I'm saying. The problem with this game is that it appeals to almost nobody. The game has a very childish sense of humor, talking about farts and the gameplay that seems like it's trying to mirror the loot box simulators and bandit beaters of modern Roblox, but it fails in that regard. The game is rated for all ages and tries to be kid-friendly, but the problem is, kids aren't going to be streaming Ice Spice. They aren't going to be buying her albums or listening to her music because it's explicit, and kids often don't have their own money to spend anyways. Do kids even know what the word munch means? Do kids even understand why smoke is coming out of the pink G-Wagon? If you were trying to appeal to the whole urban aesthetic, maybe you should have made the game look more like The Hood, because even though that game is poorly made, it definitely garnered tons of players for a reason. Also, add a function so that you can go AFK and farm farts without having to constantly click. Like how Souls RNG does it. Make a true RNG game. That's what'll hook kids' short attention spans. Add different skins for the fart gun that don't just look like terrible recolors of it. I don't think that the people who set this up really understand what Roblox players are looking for right now. Pretty tone-deaf game, if I do say so myself. Maybe Ice Spice should hire me. I could totally give you some good advice. I mean, I can't imagine it's hard to outdo what you're doing right now. On the contrary, the game can't appeal to teenagers and adults that actually listen to Ice Spice because the game is so childish. Why does Ice Spice's humor have to be based around one of her most notoriously bad songs? Like, yeah, the song's name is funny, but it's pretty forgettable. Also, why the hell didn't she make any accessories that could work on the Roblox 1.0 body? Seriously? Arthro only accessories? Do you even understand that older Roblox players usually settle on the default body packages? Arthro isn't as common as you think it is. I mean, the album is called Y2K. You could have even threw in some classic Roblox references to line up with the classic event that happened a month or so ago. This entire game is just disappointing, and it just feels soulless. This is particularly sad for me, because going into the game, I did not expect the game to be groundbreaking, but I at least expected it to be funny. But it wasn't. Also, half the badges don't even work properly, or just don't work at all. How are the game designers so bad at everything? I'm just going to assume that the people behind the project were rushed and given a strict deadline. That's the nice thing you're supposed to say after calling a piece of media bad. So, what did we learn today? Ice Spice might be falling off soon, and her Roblox game MUNCHLAND is only further supplementing this. If you decide to make a game on Roblox, please make sure you know what you're doing. Know your audience specifically. I'm just so disappointed with Ice Spice's game. I mean, really, how could she do this to me? I try to tag her on Twitter literally all the time. How could she just... First it's ignoring me, now it's making this game. We need to talk. Right now. As always, I'm Breadian and I talk about niche Roblox games. Please be sure to subscribe, suplex that like button, and check out my channels for more videos like this one. Bye bye.